Good afternoon, I am Precious Mzea Sakaleji. Welcome to Camnet TV Midday News. The headlines. Government lays grounds for the enactment of the Access to Information Bill. 10,000 families face eviction from their land, which has been sold to the Chinese. Details coming to you after this commercial. Hello, have you heard about Msika? Do you know that you can advertise for as low as 150 kwacha for 30 seconds? Well, Msika is here. Advertise on Msika between 17 hours and 18 hours. Just tell us about the services that you offer and we'll gladly put you on the market. For more details, you can contact +260 953 995099. +260 962 444 726 or +260 971 177 467. Msika, allowing your business to grow. And now the media news in detail. The Chinese dominance in Zambia has continued to manifest itself in various sectors of the Zambian economy. Now, over 10,000 families in Chiefly Tetas area in Chibombo district are faced with eviction as the land they have occupied for years is said to have been sold off to the Chinese. But the villagers have vowed to defend their land and not lose it to foreigners. Details in the following report.
Twakaka is a Lenja word meaning we have refused. These are the village men and women of Leteta area in Chibombo district resisting the alleged development from the Chinese nationals that have come to occupy the land without due consideration of displacing the actual occupants. In Leteta area, it is alleged that 8,000 hectares of land has been given to the Chinese nationals by the traditional leadership in the area. The land in question is said to have over 10,000 people from 12 headmen. In simple terms, if they are left to go ahead and take the land away from the local people, over 10,000 people will be displaced from the only place they call home. Zambia recognizes two types of land tenure, which is customary and leasehold tenure. Historically, the majority of land in Zambia has been held under customary tenure. Customary land is protected by traditional leaders, otherwise known as chiefs. Traditional leaders can only give land up to slightly above 250 hectares. While this may be true, the case is different for Leteta.
Problem they have, Chinese have come. They made their map. At his home, they even entered in the funeral or graveyard.
Onopa kwamba ituambe ma meeting ya kafura payane mbo bakesamba aba polisi amafuti.
When they were complaining, Chinese came with the police.
Kusamu kushika bakaruya amafuti usuni tromu yasa.
They came with the police and they were with the guns.
Leo palwangu ndakali aba kumfutatira police usarara ne wenjase. Chimane.
Then he forced himself that even if you want to shoot me, shoot me.
Tutocha kwamba tuye kuti tulishe kwamba ya ng'ombe ashinde wao ai transpass uli amura wakaswa mkona masewosi 3 days ai transpassing ano transpassing myani kumishe Yesu kuno tutocha transpassing chinshi kamburundu ndwesu wataka chibosho transpass yo so onse watu bakubunga nao pa transpass amo takuwa wenga musena kuri baresa uyo kare makuri chishinchesu kwabakaka.
Clearly, no one is happy about this alleged development in the area. They are since calling on government to help them save the land they have called home for their lifetime.
We are there at the meeting at school.
Swako twakanyamuka watu meeting ndia kawa wakamba tonyfwa antarasha wakali kwamba tonyfwa antarasha mbawani wali kwamba tonyfwa no bantu namutoka kana mutosumina.
When they came, the Indians, Mr. Council Chairman Ntalasha of Chibombo said, if you are agreeing, we are hearing from you.
Muba manene bakunembo mbuli ba DC wa mu Chibombo district alimu wa council chairman Chibombo district alimu aba chief besubaiteta.
They took those head places through our council chairman, our chief and DC.
Efforts to get a comment from Chief Liteta could not materialize. What is left is whether the Ministry of Lands will take it up or not, knowing that traditional land is vested in traditional leaders. For now, we can only hope that the matter will be sorted out amicably. Sharon Kalimbula, Camnet News, Lusaka.
In other news, due to the cumbersomeness involved in obtaining a voter's card, some bus drivers are scared there may be different choice from participating in the 2021 general elections. The drivers explained that getting a voter's card requires one to be on a queue for several hours, but considering their jobs, which works with targets, they are unable to spend the long hours needed to get a voter's card. According to them, even at night, the process is still not friendly to them, as long queues are still the order of the day. The drivers have since passionately appealed to the Electoral Commission of Zambia ECZ to consider opening up additional conducive centers where bus and taxi drivers can quickly get their voters' cards without spending a lot of time on the queue. Details in the following report.
The slow voter registration exercise has continued to anger some of the citizens who have described the process as heartbreaking, and this time it is the bus drivers. While they wake up early and retire late, the role that bus drivers play in our economy cannot be overlooked. And having to meet daily targets means it is hard for them to spare their entire day to stand on long queues and register as a voter.
Apanganya mavoters card na effective na kuvota, but time tima ukirapo kuseni maningi. So tibe time kutianyire jingande upanga milaini kutinge mavoters card. Ni dandalo tili nayo chika ili mabasi muziba nyabene wakira zenshito tikashinga. Kutendizira ko chipangani atu timachirira maningi 05 tachoka kwa manyumba choka kwa manyumba 05 chenda kwa manyumba no mazulo so batsakire ko che presetting atingire po ma voters card kuri bemilaini monga mabus drivers plus petrol plus sakire ko na fina nyumba na abana ero na fe yomwera pesika tilibe kai time pesika tilibe assist mayona so na tunafuna kwa pesa kwa time ro day tabo tanache kuvuta koro ya ma drivers tema yuficha ba voters card doke ko tivutika ko bilaidi kala 3 days so apa kai boteka bavuto ko so paper ko kapewa gadudisile ko cheba days idafya izakosa ko badili ya vuta ko do badili ko watu fulu 03 pesa line ko la ku first bus stop bakala choko badike kai watu pesa beta ko 2 days kai boteka yo sugafike cheba wachiri.
Others have also expressed concern over the poor quality of the voters' card that have been issued, saying this might not last a test of time.
Number 2 voters card ma to di pepuka sana kairi mayo kairi to ko to kare akare kare na rikasunga kari kose de mayo kare aka songa infura mayo yandoka kudoka na kenda kairi she no value no voter futi.
Electoral Commission of Zambia ECZ Chief Electoral Officer Patrick Shindano announced last week that his institution is in the process of recruiting 1,100 additional voter registration officers. It is hopeful that with the increase in manpower, late voter registration exercise will be a thing of the past. And Minister of Transport and Communication Mutota Kafayo has also encouraged bus drivers to find time to register as voters. The minister has also appealed to bus drivers to be cautious as they drive during this festive season in order to avoid accidents.
Driver ichindike pamusebo pakweva titwekwata ma accident mu festive season. Driver chindika konaba kolelwa abashikwelele motoka yobe. Pantunga wa mupunga uliani shwaona ula family yako. Tevo vine. So lila tule lomba bekala chalo. Kweba tinga wako lwa uyangalila pa msebo. Tule lomba na drive kweba tinga wako lwa uyensha moto. Lekomu nobe akuwaliko kunga.
Prudence Chota for Camnet TV News.
Debates surrounding freedom of the press in Zambia will be a thing of the past as government launches the Media Development Policy and Government Communication Policy. Minister of Information and Broadcasting Services Dora Silia says the launch of the media policy is meant to lay a foundation for the enactment of the Access to Information Bill. Ms. Silia, who graced the launch, says government intends to promote professional standards in the media industry by encouraging media self-regulations as the main vehicle to the realization of a free, independent and professional media.
The world is revolving and communication is key to driving the vehicle. But what happens when technology takes over the driver's seat? Digitalization is today changing the way we communicate, but truth and accuracy remain key to managing proper information dissemination. Government of the Republic of Zambia has today launched the Government Communication Policy and the Media Communication Policy. The media policy is anchored on 4 main pillars, which include media freedom, media pluralism, media independency, and safety of journalists.
My ministry, government, has therefore developed a communication policy premised on its commitment to democratic governance that places a high premium to proactive, coordinated, consistent dissemination of information to the public. There's been a national debate for quite a while about the access to information, but we said that was more like putting the cart before the horse, because we did not have yet an information policy, yet we wanted to have legislation for access to information. Without the policy, it has not been able for us to put through access to information legislation, because as they say in English, if you don't know where you're going, it doesn't matter what road to take. We needed to be clear that we have a policy that provides how government will operate, collect information, coordinate it, package it, and be clear at what levels it should be disseminated. Then only can we legislate for the citizens to have the right to access information from government in a coordinated manner that provides security, inclusivity, integrity, and accountability.
The preparation of the government communication policy and the media development policy followed the standard procedure for development of any government policy.
Every profession is unique, and every professional wants safety. Attacks on media practitioners have, however, continued to be on the rise, and killing this elephant requires the participation of all stakeholders.
I am very, very pleased that recently there was a meeting at which the Permanent Secretary represented me, and that the various stakeholders came together with the United Nations to recognize the International Day for the Safety of Journalists. We've seen a very disturbing trend in our country where journalists are attacked just because they are doing their job. I think that we all need to rise to the occasion using one voice to really speak against attacks, against violence on journalists.
With the media development policy in place, the stage is set for the media to grow and contribute not only to be a well-informed citizenry, but also to job and wealth creation. Prudence Chota for Camnet TV News.
That news item brings us to the end of Camnet TV Midday News. But before we go, the headlines once again. Government lays grounds for the enactment of the Access to Information Bill. 10,000 families face eviction from their land, which has been sold to the Chinese. Thank you for joining me. I am Precious Nzeya Sakaleji. Good afternoon.